Ham with 26% of the possession, but they lead by a goal to nil. Controversially, with what appears to be a goal going out of play, but the goal line technology is only in the goal mouth, not along the bylines. Now, some people are saying they want VAR to go. The talk in the press box, even between some Arsenal and West Ham staff, is why in this day and age do we not have goal line technology across the whole byline? Now, the reason, of course, that decision stood is they couldn't find conclusive evidence. We've seen a lot explaining the spherical nature of a ball means it could look out of play but may in fact not be. We know Arsenal fans will be absolutely fuming. They've had their chances. Saka with the best of them, one saved, one denied by the post, but Arteta pulling over the players, and Paqueta was treated, and very stern words, Gabriel getting a lot of it for that goal mouth fumble, but resilient coming back into this. They've got to take their chance.
Emerson getting it in just too far ahead of Bowen, and then Bowen pulling it back, and Sojak rifles it in against the run of play and against the expected narrative. West Ham, with a rare attack, lead at Arsenal.
Well, there's early worries about Paqueta and his ability to continue. It's his composure that releases Emerson down the left-hand side. The way he holds on to the ball and then delivers the pass out wide. And what a ball this is. So difficult to defend against. Bowen almost gets a touch at the near post and then does brilliantly. Does he do brilliantly to keep it in? I think he does. Of course, it will be checked. Sojak hammers home from 6 yards. The question is, did the ball go out or not? Brilliant work from Jarrod Bowen to keep it alive. He thinks he's kept it alive.
From Ward-Prowse, and in for two from Dinos Mavropanos. What a time to score your first Premier League goal.
Explaining the spherical nature of a ball means it could look out of play but may in fact not be. We know Arsenal fans will be absolutely fuming. They've had their chances. Saka with the best of them, one saved, one denied by the post, but Arteta pulling over the players, and Paqueta was treated, and very stern words, Gabriel getting a lot of it for that goal mouth fumble, but resilient coming back into this. They've got to take their chance. Pitch side, where I'm delighted to be joined by our analyst tonight, Matt Holland, who came through the ranks of the youth academy at Arsenal and only to be poached by West Ham. The big team news to give you, the one change for Arsenal with Kai Havertz, of course, suspended. Trossard comes in for him. West Ham unchanged. No Aguero on the bench, even though he's had 2 training sessions, so that will be a blow. But the crucial element today, Arsenal can go top at the halfway point of the season with a win here. Matt, they did that last year. Yeah. They didn't go the distance. With the recruitment and with the maturity now, do you think they can, with City and Liverpool winning?
I think you make a really good assessment in terms of maturity. I think they're a different Arsenal team this season. I think with the addition of Declan Rice in the side, the leadership, the composure, the control that he brings to this Arsenal team, I think it really helps them in the second half of the season. One criticism perhaps is that the front three haven't totally clicked as yet. You know, Martinelli last season had an unbelievable season, 15 Premier League goals, only got 2 so far this season. Gabriel Jesus, is he that lethal finisher, that lethal number 9 that they need? But I certainly think there's more maturity about this Arsenal team, and you know, they've won some important games already this season. Like, you look back at the late winner they got at Luton, it's moments like that that win you titles.
And we've got to look at depth as well. That's what they were really lacking at the last. I don't think as much of it was about mentality as what to look to at the bench, and some maturity from Arteta on rotating his team this year.
Yeah, there is. I mean, I still wonder whether they've got a deep enough squad. I know he'd like to do some business in January. It's not easy. It's a difficult month to try and get business done. I think there's a talk today that he was alluding that it might be loans rather than buys, if he is to do any business. So I still think he'd like to bring a couple in, really, just to give them a little bit of extra depth. But they've got a good squad, and they have got the ability to change things around. No Havertz today, but Trossard comes in. So, you know, there is depth to the squad.
And David Moyes, a brilliant win over Manchester United. Everyone's singing their praises. So dangerous on the break. I think they're a joint highest scorer with goals on the break. But then Anfield, and he lurches from a big win to a potential sacking. What more could he do? We know Mikel Arteta, his former captain, loves him, could not sing his praises, and warns his team that this is a difficult game and the game you have to win a title.
He's seemingly always under pressure, isn't he, David Moyes, no matter what he does. I mean, winning a trophy last season was a terrific achievement. Look at where they are now in the Premier League table as well. Chance tonight, if they win, to go into the top six. I've seen their last two home games, actually, against Wolves and Man United. Front three are a handful for any side. So Arsenal have to be aware of that. You mentioned fast breaks. They're very good at transitions. Kudus, Bowen and Paquetá's vision, that's something that Arsenal have to be aware of tonight.
And we have to mention one man, Declan Rice. He's not going to celebrate if he scores, is he?
Well, no, he said he won't. You never know. Sometimes the moment you get carried away, don't you, if he does do that tonight. Was he a three-time West Ham Player of the Year? He was a fabulous servant to them.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا بكم مشاهدينا الكرام. في فيديو النهاردة هقول لك على موعد مباراة إيفرتون ومانشستر سيتي في الدوري الإنجليزي الممتاز. في استاد قودسن بارك هيستضيف فريق إيفرتون في الجولة ال19 من الدوري الإنجليزي. هيستضيف مين بقى يا باشا؟ هيستضيف فريق مانشستر سيتي. فريق مانشستر سيتي اللي لعب 17 جولة فقط من 18 جولة. طيب، في فيديو النهارده هقول لك على موعد هذه المباراه، وكمان هقول لك بقى على ايه بقى ترتيب كل فريق في مركز في الدوري، في مركز في جدول الدوري، مركز كل فريق في جدول الدوري قبل هذه المباراه. اول حاجه كده هنبتدي بالفريق صاحب الارض والجمهور وترتيبه ومركزه. ايفرتون اللي لعب 18 مباراه، فاز في 8 وتعادل في 2 وخسر في 8، سجل 23 جون، دخل مرمى 22 جون، وعنده 16 نقطة، وهو في المركز ال17 حاليا. واحد يقول لي هو فاز كل المباريات دي وعنده 16 نقطة بس ليه؟ هقول لك عنده 16 نقطة لأن اتخصموا منه نقاط بسبب اللعب بالمالي النظيف. طيب، نيجي بقى لمانشستر سيتي اللي كان عنده مباراة مؤجلة بسبب انشغاله بكأس العالم. بطل العالم مانشستر سيتي، فهو لعب 17 مباراة، فاز في 10، اتعادل في 4 واتغلب في 3، سجل 40 جون، دخل مرمى 20 جون، عنده 34 نقطة، وهو بيحتل الآن المركز الخامس. الحمد لله عرفنا الدنيا ماشية ازاي. تعالى بقى واحدة واحدة معايا كده اقول لك على موعد هذه المباراة. مباراة ايفرتون في إيديسون بارك في الجولة ال19 هتتلعب يوم الأربعاء الموافق 27 ديسمبر 2023. ستنطلق هذه المباراة في تمام الساعة 10:15 مساء بتوقيت القاهرة، و11:15 مساء بتوقيت مكة المكرمة. شكرا لكم على مشاهدة الفيديو. كده معانا كان